Good afternoon, Misfit Mayhem, Miss Jeannie, hello. Good afternoon, CNA Adventure. It finally stopped raining long enough I could try to get out and go eat lunch up there at Greater Works. Now, my friend that I usually work with told me the other day that there was a Dalton Police Department vehicle, a police vehicle involved in a head-on collision up there just right down the road from the Dalton Police Services Center. And I told him he should have got some kind of video of it. Good afternoon, JD187. Good afternoon, Northwoods Press. Great to see you, brother. And a very good afternoon to you, Legendary Princess. Now that gas has went back up a little bit. It was down below what it is now. It's at $2.66 a gallon over at the Walmart neighborhood market. Good afternoon, Mr. Got Your Wife. Well, I was beginning to think I wasn't going to be able to get out of the house because it was raining there for a little bit, but I waited and waited and it finally stopped, so I figured I had to try to get out. I've not been able to get out for the past couple of days. Today was the first time that I've been able to come up here to Greater Works and eat lunch. But I figured I would sit down right here at my buddy's store here at the Sunrise Market on this concrete thing to where I can overlook the road out through here because I get a good quality video and audio under here and that doesn't break up. If I get out there walking around, it causes interference in the audio and the video. I found a good spot, so I figured I would utilize it. Good afternoon, Alan Cooper. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day as well. But I was telling my friend that the Dalton Police Department are trying to paint the picture to act like the driver of the other vehicle that was involved in a head-on collision with a Dalton Police Department vehicle just right down the road from the Dalton Police Services Center. If there's any way they can, that they would try to twist it around to make it look like the other driver was at fault, that he should have made sure to do a recording on the traffic accident. Good afternoon, Frauditor Mania. And a very good afternoon to you, Miss Amy Lloyd. Great to see you again, lady. EagleNick has finally been able to get out and about. Hello, Mr. Grumpy. How you doing there, old man? Now, EagleNick has went out and made sure to unblock all them bootlicking trolls. These people been blocking people off of my channel, and it wasn't EagleNick, so I went in and I finally figured out how to unblock them. How are you doing today, Frauditor Mania and Grumpy? Grumpy, I know how the Dalton Police Department is. If there is any way they could twist it around, they would act like the other driver in that head-on collision was at fault. Now, my friend said that they had police vehicles encircling the accident to keep anyone from being able to see what happened. Now, I think maybe that was because either the police officer or the driver of the other vehicle, they must have been a fatality. Well, I'm glad you are doing all right, Grumpy. I'm glad to see you again, even though you never had anything good to say about EagleNick. Oh, this, my YouTube channel or anything else as far as I can ever remember, but it's great to see you again. Now, like I said, these people been blocked from my YouTube channel that I did not block. I did not hide anyone from the channel, so I had to go in. I finally figured out how to get to it on my Chromebook. I didn't go to the library. I wasn't able to get out the past few days because of all the rain. Now, it is supposed to rain all the way up until Saturday. I just wanted to get on here to see how everyone is doing. It's great to see you all. I still have not figured out how to turn on the chat after the live stream is over to where it shows the live chat. It's sort of hard to figure out how to navigate on certain pages on a Chromebook. It is a whole lot different on one of them fancy computers up there at the library, but like I said, I've not been able to get up to there. We've got the bicycle parked right here by us. Make sure it's not in anyone's way. Make sure to can't nobody mess with it. There goes that old Tesla Cybertruck. Boy, them things are ugly. That Tesla Cybertruck is one of the ugliest vehicles I have ever seen in my lifetime. Now, it looks like a DeLorean on steroids to old EagleNick. Now, everybody knows that them old DeLoreans did not fare very well. But to me, that Tesla Cybertruck looks like a DeLorean on steroids. One of the ugliest vehicles ever designed, if you ask me. Well, Northwoods, I tried to look at some of them tutorials on YouTube, trying to find one of them that shows how to show the live chat after the video processing uploads, but I just couldn't find that part. I was able to finally be able to get everyone unhid from the channel. Good afternoon to everyone. M-A-G-E architect. I don't know. There was quite a few people hid. There was about 40 or 50 people or more hid. I don't know who did all the hiding. I mean, they were hid for a reason. But I also went in and I removed moderator status from a bunch of people because they do not ever come on to the live streams anymore. And I figured one of the ones that I removed as a moderator could have been one of the ones who was going rogue, hiding people or blocking their comments, adversely affecting my YouTube channel. But I had one person in particular, Bo Dunn, who keeps emailing me at my EagleNick Audits Gmail email address, saying that I had him hid. Look, there's a Dalton Police Department vehicle right there, going to be blocked behind that car. But Bo Dunn kept saying that I was a coward. There's another one. There we have this one, then we have this car, Dalton Police. We'll keep an eye on him, make sure he don't hit anybody head on. You know what I mean, Vern? Now, he acts like he's fixing to do something illegal. He's fixing to make a left turn right there onto that road where you see a sign that says, "Do not enter." Yep, he entered that road where it said, "Do not enter." But he entered it anyway. Now, that's what I was saying about them Dalton Police Department officers. They break the law. They do things that anybody else would get a ticket for. Now, I'm sure that officer driving that vehicle, I think it was vehicle number 84 with the Dalton Police Department, surely he knows how to read and seen that sign. I can see it clear as day from here. It's got a big red circle. It says, "Do not enter." You're only supposed to be able to turn in there if you're coming east and turn right. You're not supposed to take a left out of the turning lane. Now, you used to be able to, but they put up them signs limiting the travel, yeah, they feel like it is okay. They'll do whatever they want to. They do not hold themselves to the same standards or the laws that they hold everybody else to. They act like they're able to do anything they want to. They'll pull right out in front of somebody, drive on the wrong side of the road, like I have caught a few of them doing on a live stream. See another one going through the red light up yonder off Walnut and Thornton Avenue, headed south. Maybe they're wanting to try to set up and try to see if they can harass old EagleNick. But hey, if you want to try it, you go right ahead, brother. I'll be sure to get you on a video or a live stream if you do. If you're feeling froggy, jump. You know what I mean, Vern. Now, the other day, the last time I was able to get out and about up through here, I had an old crazy girl up here sitting over here on this side of the store, hollered at me while I was standing there by the dumpster. So I come up here, she was sitting over there, and she said, "Hey, buy me a pack of cigarettes." I said, "I don't have any money." And she proceeded to start cussing me and stuff, saying she was going to call 911 on me. I told her to go right ahead. I didn't give a rat's ass. The girl has a definite mental health problem. Almost as bad as Miss Sherry. Let's sort of try to look right here and see if they might have parked in that parking lot over here. I don't see none of them parked over there. But that police officer broke the law by turning in where he wasn't supposed to turn. I guess he was out here looking for somebody's constitutional rights he could violate. Good afternoon, Big Boy, Georgia. There he is. There's that number 84 again right here. That is the one who made an illegal turn, and lo and behold, look right there behind him. There is that other little police vehicle. Maybe they went somewhere and sat down and talked to each other, and they got the nerve that they want to come over here and try to harass or intimidate old EagleNick. But if they do, I'm right here, brother. Don't be scared. Good afternoon, Mr. Alan Davis. And a good afternoon to you, Mr. Billy Burns. But that one driving that number 84 right there, he made an illegal left turn onto that road there where it says, "Do not enter." That little police vehicle there circled around. I guess they met up. He's going across the road over toward that there Walmart. Number 84 is cruising up there, going to take a right, headed up toward town. There ain't nothing but a bunch of damn cowards. They won't say anything or come up and try to say anything while EagleNick is live, but they all have the nerve that if they see me riding and I don't have my phone out, if I'm not recording or live streaming them, they want to stop and say something. Good afternoon, David Williams. Hey, I would greatly appreciate it, big boy. Anything that you could bless me with would be greatly appreciated, brother. We do have the super chats, super thanks, and super stickers are active. Yes, sir. My cash app is EagleNick Audits 1967. EagleNick Audits is spelled the same way as on my YouTube channel. Capital E, capital N, capital A, 1967 at the end of it. I do have the Cash App on my YouTube channel in the channel description. But like I was saying, there was a Dalton Police Department vehicle involved in a head-on collision just right down the road from the Dalton Police Services Center about 2 days ago. Now, my friend called me to let me know about it, but I didn't answer the phone. And then I seen him yesterday. He stopped by the house. He told me about what had happened. Now, he got there after the fact. I told him they may not be any cameras around that actually caught it on camera. Now, if the Dalton Police Department, there goes that little city vehicle again. You see them sneaking around. Come on back, big boy. I'm not scared. Y'all ain't got to creep around on no EagleNick. I'm sitting in the same place. If you're feeling froggy, big boy, jump. You know what I mean, Vern. And here comes another one coming down through here, too. Gonna be all the way over there in that right lane. Behind that red pickup truck. What's the odds that it's the same vehicle, number 84 again? Nope, that is the Dalton College, Dalton State Police. That is actually for the college. That was actually for Dalton College right there. Hey, they ain't got to look for me, Grumpy. I'm right here out in the open. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for that $10 super. I knew they wasn't looking for me, Grumpy. EagleNick has not committed any crimes. I never even committed the crime I was convicted of trespassing at the post office. I just had my constitutional rights violated, just like I told Lieutenant Bishop. I said if I was trespassed from public property that I would be having my rights violated. That is what I understood. We got a lot of sirens. I don't know which way they're going. Who knows? They might be looking for you, Grumpy. There's what I heard. It's an ambulance going through the red light up there, headed north. Hey, I'm glad to see that you are still your grumpy old self, Grumpy. Where is the rest of the 7 drawers? Your number's 7, but where's the other 6? Sneezy, Dopey, Doc. Hello, Larry. How you doing, brother? Well, it is great to see you again, Larry. Glad you're doing okay. No, I know that number 84, they wasn't looking for me, even though they rode by me. They went up, turned down the wrong way on a one-way road. They're not supposed to turn that way. They circled back around. The little police car, it circled back around. They met up, came back out right in front of me. No, that was just coincidence, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm staying out of trouble. I'm staying off to the side. Check out the tailgate they added to the back of that truck. You know that ain't factory. That's the customization job. I got a steel tailgate on the back of that old truck. That was the first time I've had number 84 with the Dalton Police Department on the live stream. Maybe he just wanted to make sure he got on it real good. You know what I mean, Vern? I might set the phone down for just a minute while I try to light me one of them Cheyenne cigars. I'll be right back. EagleNick out east. You know what I mean, Vern? There comes that police car back again. Riding in the inside lane there. Number 52 with the Dalton Police Department. No, that's just a coincidence he keeps riding by, ain't it? Good afternoon, Tim Brockett. Oh, number 52 finally got close enough I could get their vehicle number. Yeah, they're sneaking by. They're trying to be tricky. But EagleNick out it knows all about their little games. I really have not had no bad interaction with the Dalton Police Department on my last live streams. The last couple of live streams, they both called me EagleNick. I guess they figured since they ain't never been on the live stream, look, there's another one up there at the red light. Oh, crap. Don't know how I did that green screen crap. He's going across the red light. He didn't come down this way. Hope I didn't screw it up when I somehow hit that green screen. There's that Dalton State Police vehicle. That's the college police force. So even the Dalton State Police is wanting to get in on the live stream today. But as you can see, it is high traffic right here on Walnut Avenue. Walnut Avenue gets a lot of traffic. Had a lot of them Dalton Utilities vehicles ride by, but Dalton Utilities is just about a mile and a half to the east there. They're looking for a black Charger. How would you know that, Grumpy? Boy, I tell you what, if I could get me a good e-bike, and get me a scanner, I could get around to some of these places that I know they're going to be at. I could be waiting on them. Garcia's Renovations, LLC, Limited License Corporation. There goes another one of them Dalton Utilities trucks. So you do have a scanner? I didn't realize you was in my area, brother. So do you live in Dalton, Georgia, Grumpy? Oh, Grumpy, you're the police chief. How you doing there, police chief? Is that why you're so grumpy? Well, I have not seen a black Charger, but if they was to pull in here and ask me, I'll just have to tell them I don't answer questions. Like I had to tell the officer driving vehicle number 42, I think it was. Officer Presley with the Dalton Police Department, when they was looking for a homeless man just to talk to him, they said. But when I asked them what they wanted to talk to him about, he was rude and said, "It ain't none of your business." They thought old EagleNick Audits was going to snitch on somebody. EagleNick doesn't snitch. Now, yes, I did post live streams about them people parking illegally over here off Gaston Street, which they was somebody parked there illegally when I was on my way up through here. Now, the Dalton Police Department doesn't care if their well-to-do buddies parks where they are not supposed to park or breaks the traffic laws. They'll let them go. But you let somebody do it in a piece of shit, beat up, run down car that does not have a lot of money, they will be getting a ticket and possibly getting their vehicle towed, and they will go to jail. Now, they call that officer discretion, but old EagleNick calls it official misconduct by a public servant. The police departments are not usually held accountable, held to the same laws that we, the people that they are sworn to protect and serve, are held to. They hide behind a badge, a gun, and their car, and their position of authority within our government to break numerous laws. But like I said, there was this girl up here the other day who has mental health problems, was telling me she was going to call 911 on EagleNick. She kept saying, "Kick the bricks," because she is familiar with my YouTube channel. She's probably another one of them rat snitches for the Dalton Police Department, but she has a total mental health problem. Well, look at it this way, Northwoods. I have only been creating content on YouTube for coming up on 14 months, but I've been on there for as long. I just never created any content on YouTube until I witnessed the Dalton Police Department violating a homeless girl's rights, constitutional rights. The lady officer with the Dalton Police Department violated her First Amendment rights, her Fourth Amendment rights, her Fifth Amendment rights, and her 14th Amendment rights under the United States Constitution. Now, that is what caused me to start putting content on YouTube to try to hold them accountable. Now, I'm going to see if I can't find a newspaper from the other day. Look, there goes one of my crow buddies. He's circling back around. There's another one of them. My crow buddies is up here keeping an eye in the sky for EagleNick to let me know what's going on. Oh, Grumpy, it's been hid from my channel 2 or 3 different times. I keep having to unhide him. It's like I'm saying, he's never had anything good to say. Who knows? He might even be the district attorney who got up there slandering EagleNick audits during my trial. There was a lot of prosecutorial misconduct, malicious prosecution by the district attorney's office and the state of Georgia over a Class B misdemeanor that EagleNick audits did not commit. The district attorney told the jury and everyone in the courtroom that EagleNick audits wasn't standing up for anyone's rights at the post office. He sat there and slandered my name and my reputation, causing irreparable harm in the eyes of the jury, tainting the jury before the trial was ever really going. But that is how crooked this kangaroo court system is in Dalton, Georgia, Whitfield County. Now, they brought in a judge who had been retired for 8 years to prosecute EagleNick. And now they have brought him back to make sure that he is the judge on my retrial. Can you smell retaliatory tactics? Everything that EagleNick audits has faced has been retaliation by the Dalton Police Department. Plain and simple. Anybody with a half a brain that has been following my channel should be able to see that. They may not admit it. Trying to see why that little car is parked there. I thought maybe they was pulled over. I might set the phone down again for just a minute while I try to light the rest of this little cigar. All right, I got it lit back. But it is a beautiful, beautiful day out here. The rain finally stopped. But it is supposed to rain all the way up until Saturday. I mean, a 80-90% chance of rain. Now, on a normal day, there'd be 20 or 30 police vehicles cruising up and down this road, but I've only seen the same ones twice. Now, I just seen a black and white Dalton Police SUV took a left up there on the Thornton Avenue, headed up towards town. The little police car pulled across the road over there and went down by the side of the Walmart there somewhere. I don't know where he was going. Don't really care as far as that goes. Driving vehicle number 52. Now, I've only seen 2 police cars. That was vehicle number 18 and vehicle number 52. But the retaliatory tactics started after I called out the police chief, the Dalton Police chief, because he had said he had another police officer, Sergeant Scott, with the Dalton Police Department, a police detective, to come out inside the Dalton Police Services Center and tell EagleNick that I was trespassed from the Dalton Police Services Center because I had slandered a police officer. And I stated the clear and obvious fact that the police chief is so ignorant that he does not know the difference between civil and criminal, trying to have me convinced that I can be trespassed from the police service center over a civil matter. Now, there is no such thing as a civil trespass. It just showed his level of ignorance. I don't see how he still has a job in government at all, much less as the police chief of the city of Dalton, Georgia. He is completely ignorant to the law. The whole Dalton Police Department, other than Corporal Shope, driving vehicle number 46, seems to be the only one with the Dalton Police Department that understands the United States Constitution. He is the officer who stood up for EagleNick audits on my first audit at the United States Post Office. Now, Lieutenant Bishop with the Dalton Police Department stated when he come up on my third audit and I told him that I was performing a First Amendment protected activity, he said, "You're right, it is protected." But then he started that cop-splaining, trying to tell me why or how they was going to take away my constitutional rights. Now, protected activity under the Constitution means you cannot be arrested and you cannot be fined for exercising your constitutional rights. Yeah, he is so ignorant that he thought that he was going to make me believe that they had the authority to take away my constitutional rights. Now, the Dalton Police Department does not have a written security agreement or a written memorandum of understanding with the United States Postal Service that allows them to come on to postal property carrying a firearm. So every single police officer that has ever came on the postal property throughout Dalton, Georgia, Whitfield County is in direct violation of federal postal law. They do not have jurisdiction on postal property. That is why I did not heed anything that Lieutenant Bishop said, because they do not have jurisdiction on postal property. They are a bunch of rogue revenue generators, thin blue line gang members, extortionists, extorting money out of the poor and the homeless and the people of Dalton, Georgia. Now, every one of them in the Dalton Police Department should be tried under the RICO Act for racketeering influenced criminal organizations, because that is all the Dalton Police Department is, in essence, is a criminal organization who hides under the color of law, who hides under a badge, a gun, and their positions of authority to harass and intimidate the citizens of Dalton, Georgia. Well, everybody, I guess we're going to get ready to go ahead and end the live stream, and I'm going to head on back toward the Eagle's Nest. It doesn't look like, look, there's one of my crow buddies flying right over the top of me. But it does not look like any of them there cowards with the Dalton Police Department that kept riding around wanted to stop and say anything. Thank you all for coming on to the live stream. Thank you so much, Big Boy Georgia. There's another $2. That is $12 in supers. Thank you so much. You just do not know how much it is greatly appreciated. But I guess we're going to go ahead and end the live stream, and I'm going to try to make it back toward the Eagle's Nest if I don't get harassed or intimidated by them crooked, corrupt Dalton Police Department officers. But I will try my very level best to make sure that if I do see them or have any type of interaction with them, to make sure that I catch them on a video. I pray that you all have a very, very blessed morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you may be. Good afternoon, Miss KTZ. But we are just fixing to end the live stream, and I'm headed back toward the Eagle's Nest, fixing to head south. Thank you all for coming on to the live stream. Take care of yourselves, but please take care of each other. Try not to think of people that you do not know as a stranger, but more like a sister or a brother. United we stand, but divided we fall. EagleNick out it. Peace and bacon grease. You know what I mean, Vern? Have you figured out what I mean by bacon grease yet? How about a pig in a blanket? Does that help you to understand it a little bit better? I am EagleNick. And I'm out.